Hey, what is up, you guys? Good to see you as always here on the channel. I hope everyone is doing absolutely fantastic today. We've got another beautiful day out here in South Carolina, although it is doggone hot already. So today we're out at Atomic Sand. It's a sand mine that we run. This is where we get all of our white sand that we sell at the landscape supply yard, and a lot of sand goes into concrete production as well. We're back here at this beautiful pond today, and this is a reclaimed pond. This was a mining area many years ago. They've reclaimed it into a wetland, and it's the perfect place for growing aquatic plants. And if you saw the video that we did about a year ago, I'll put a link to that video. Cameron and I came out here trying to dig up some of this hardy water lotus, which we'll take a look at in a minute. We brought a big excavator around here and dug it up, and some of them made it, a lot of them didn't, to tell you the truth. I think we should have done it at a different time of year, but you live and you learn. But we did plant this one really cool plant that I'm going to show you right now, and isn't that cool? This is a red stem Thalia, Thalia, and just a really beautiful aquatic plant. Gives that real tropical Florida, like jungle vibe to me, but you can see why they call it, and we got to watch out for alligators around here too, guys. So I'm going to approach this kind of cautiously, because we do have some big gators that live out here in this pond. But this one, you can see why they call it red stem Thalia. It's got the beautiful bright red stems to it, and I just love these tropical, almost banana-like leaves that come with this plant. But it's done really good here. We've got it in about a foot of water. And something else cool too that I'd never seen before. Obviously this thing is flowering right now, and even the pollinators like it. How about that? I can see a bumblebee up there on that flower. But these sprays just come out from the center. They hang out over the water over yonder. This thing is just beautiful. But you do need to give this one some room. This is not something that you'd want to put in a small pond, because, well, it's got probably a 15-foot spread as far as from this flower tip to over yonder. But what I was going to show you, look at these cool flower stems. They've got that neat zigzag type pattern to them, and they've got just a beautiful, almost orchid-like white and purple and yellow bloom to them. Just a really unusual flower stem. You can see we've got some buds there that have yet to open. But this is just one of my favorite aquatic plants. I got these from Charleston, South Carolina, and they made it through this past winter. And as y'all know, if you live anywhere in the southeast, man, we got some kind of cold back during Christmas. So it's hardy down to 10 degrees, I know. And also, you know, too, being down in the water a foot, that's going to help protect it a little bit too, because the cold spell wasn't that long to get the water down to you know, crazy freezing temperatures. But anyway, I'll back up just a little bit and let y'all see the full plant. But isn't that just spectacular? Really neat pond plant right there. Then we'll just kind of walk along the edge over here. I remember she and I planted quite a few things out here, but I think that's all that has survived the winter. And then also the guys come back here because of the gators and weed eat a lot, and sometimes they don't know we've had stuff planted back here. But here is one of the lotus leaves, and we got some rain again yesterday, but look at how water repellent that leaf is. Isn't that neat? And hopefully I'm not telling y'all a story, but I believe that Gore-Tex, the material, the waterproof material, was mimicked after the leaf of either lily pads or lotus. But just look at how waterproof that is. I mean, you can't even see any moisture where that little puddle was. That is so cool how nature has figured out a way to waterproof itself. And eventually I want to come out here and build us a bigger dock. We've just got this little thing built right here so we can come out and feed the fish. The water's a little bit dark due to all the storms and rain we've had, but I'm sure that our buddies are down there right now, our little brim and bass, waiting on a little bit of food. But we're not going to feed them right now because we're out of food. But let's walk over here and take a look at this lotus, because this is one really, really neat plant. And maybe we can walk out here and take a look at one of these seed heads. And I'm just being really careful we don't have any gators or big snakes waiting on us. Let's see how far we can go out here. We'll reach out there and grab this seed pod head. And this one's empty. We're gonna have to get another one. All the seeds have already fallen out of that guy. Usually you can shake it and hear them. Let's go out here, y'all, and see. Hopefully my boots are waterproof like that leaf was. Yeah, here we go. This is what I wanted to show you guys. So there's our lotus seeds in there. You can hear it. So we could just flip that over, and then we could have us some hardy water lotus. These bloom yellow. Don't see any that are actually in bloom today. Do have that one nice big old bud right there. That one will probably open up tomorrow. But anyway, if they get pollinated, then you'll get these acorn-like seeds. And what you have to do is take a Dremel and just scar the outside of the shell until you see white, because the seed coating is super, super thick. And it does that to help spread itself, you know, all across the land. These seeds will drop into the water and then they float, and it might take a few years before they germinate. So the plant's trying to get these seeds spread on down the river or stream or lake or wherever it might be growing. But that's how you germinate them. Just take a little Dremel or a file, scratch down till you see white, soak them in some water, and then they'll sprout. And I'm gonna stick these in my pocket, and we're gonna save them, and maybe we can do a little germination video next spring. And these plants spread with an underground and pretty much underwater rhizome. So you can see how they're just kind of running down this bank here, and this is where they've kind of wound up. I don't see any more going that way, but that rhizome is deep. We had to dig way down to find that rhizome. That rhizome will just continue along the edge, and then you have these beautiful pads that pop up, and a lot of them will, you know, be a foot or two up above the water's surface. But just a beautiful, beautiful aquatic plant. Look at all these seeds, y'all. Check that out. We're gonna have to get these too, and see if we can't get them to germinate and have some for sale next summer. Also, a lot of floral decorators will use these big old seed pod heads in some of their floral decorations. And here's my little camper out here at the mine site. We'll come out here on the weekend sometimes and stay in this little thing. Got our wood duck decoys, a lot of ducks and all types of birds come out here. You'll see herrings, and there's tons and tons of life. You know, water is life for all the plants and all the animals, and this area out here is certainly alive with the plants and all the wildlife. I just love it out here. But we'll come out here on the weekends sometimes and just stay in our little camper, cook us up a little barbecue right there on our homemade grill. But it's just way out here in the middle of nowhere, nice and peaceful. Just a beautiful, beautiful, serene environment out here. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all watching that little video on that red stem Thalia and the hardy water lotus. If you hadn't done so already, hit that like and subscribe down there for me. Drop me a comment, just say hey, and we appreciate you as always. And maybe we'll do a little filming of the sand mine as we leave out of here. Other than that, always remember, the more you know, the more you grow. We'll see you on the next video, guys. Y'all take care.